Right, g'day guys, Clint here for dropshipsocial.com. Today I'm going to be talking about dropshipping being just a numbers game and basically covering the law of averages that I've learnt as a salesman throughout my earlier career. So with that, let's get started. Right, so it is no joke, just a matter of numbers to have a successful dropshipping store, right? It all comes down to, starting with your niche research, okay? The more niches that you research, the more likely that you are to find a successful niche. It is that simple. The law of averages, dictates, the amount of hits and wins that you get in this. The more niches you got, if you write a list of 100, you're more likely to be able to narrow down into something that makes sense for you, right? But also, I'm going to go into more about, the traffic, but again, even products and suppliers. The more products, the more suppliers that you have onboarded, the more chance of success that you have on your store, okay? But at the end of the day, it's all about traffic, right? Let's talk about a numbers game when it comes to traffic and the law of averages, right? When I was, when I first started out, my very first business, and we did this for years, was door-to-door sales, and we had huge teams of sales, huge teams of salespeople, right? And it was all door-to-door. The hardest kind of selling there is. There is nothing harder, and commission only. And you don't get paid. You don't make sales. You don't get paid. And that was the same for all of my salespeople. And it's a tough business to run on my end because I don't get paid if they're not selling, right? But what was always the saving grace is no matter how much, as long as you've got the good training in place, all you need to do is keep knocking on those doors, keep banging it out, banging it out, banging it out. And in the end, the law of averages it proves it time and time again that what it was for us, it'd be like 1 in 100, and actually it's very similar to e-commerce. 1 in 100, so 1% of people, if you knock on 100 doors, you'll close at least one sale, right? Sometimes it might take 200, but then you'll get 2 on the last door, 2 on the last 2 doors, or you might get 3 on the last 2 doors, but you had to go through the numbers, right? And that's the same as traffic. So let's talk about that really quickly. If you're getting 30 people to your store every day, right, and the law of averages says that you're going to get, especially when you're just starting out, because, your law of average might be less when you're first starting out because your store isn't up to speed. It's not optimized good enough. You are getting some traffic, but it's not converting because you haven't optimized it, you haven't made the tweaks that you need to make. So you might be running at 300 or 400 to 1 at that point when you very first start, right? So if you're getting 30 people to your store every day, you might be 2 or 3 weeks out from getting a sale. Even if you're consistently running traffic, you're thinking, what's wrong with my store? The problem is the law of averages. You're not getting enough people across your store. Okay, so you might even get 1,000 people to your store, but the last 10 will be buyers. You'll get a rush of buyers. You'll get a rush of sales. Right, so that is what the law of averages is. You've got to stay in the game, right? And again, when you're first starting out, don't think this is going to be easy and you don't need a budget, right? If you're starting a business, you need to have an advertising budget of between $500 and $1,000 so that you can $500 to $1,000 so that you can stay in the game long enough for the law of averages to work itself out. So you can start making a few consistent sales and the sales paying for your ads. Okay, so that is all part of the law of averages as well. You need to be able to stay in the game. With me, all we need to do was keep knocking on doors. Knock, 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 knock. All my teams would be out there knocking on doors all day long, and I'd say to them, knock on between 100 and 200 doors and your sales will be guaranteed. You've already got the training, follow the script, go through the motions, get it done. With this, it's exactly the same, except the training is however you want to train yourself. These videos across the internet, courses, whatever. Get up to speed on your training and then follow that and also have a little bit of money behind you so that you can stay in the game, so the law of averages play itself out. All right, so most e-commerce stores work on 1 to 100. So optimize your store as best you can. You know, get 100 people across your store at least every day. And even if you can't get it, even if you can't afford to pay for ads, start thinking outside the box. Use Facebook groups, use eBay, use you know, Gumtree, use whatever traffic sources you can think of, free traffic sources to get more eyeballs across your store. That way the law of averages will work itself out. That's all it is. It's just a numbers game. Dropshipping is just a numbers game. All right, so whether you pay for it and you have a decent budget, or you really focus on your SEO and other free traffic methods, it's all numbers. So don't quit, stay in the game, because the numbers don't lie. The law of averages plays itself out, and it's just how that is, right? Sales never changes. So that's it, guys. That's coming from my experience. I've knocked on hundreds, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of doors with my, personally and with my sales teams, and I know that this is the fact, right? This is just how it is. The law of averages does not ever, ever fail. Combine your training with staying in the game, staying positive, and you'll win. That's all there is to it. All right, guys, I'll wrap it up. Have a great day. If you want to connect with me or Grant, or with the hundreds of other people that are part of Dropship Social, head over to dropshipsocial.com. That's a free social media platform that we've built for like-minded people. And yeah, if you like the vid, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Any questions, leave some comments below. And other than that, keep living the dream, and we'll talk again next time. Cheers, guys.